How should you spend your promotion credits? Where should you use Black Bolt? And what are the best teams for Raid and Arena? Well, I am answering those questions and a bunch more that you have submitted to the Mailbag channel. And if you're ready for this Monday Mailbag, guys, you know what to do. Let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Woo, what is up, Valley Maniacs? ValleyFlyin here. I am back. Welcome to the channel. I hope you had a great, fun, safe weekend. But it is Monday, and that means it is time for me to delve into the Discord server, looking at that Mailbag channel to answer your questions. And I do want to thank everybody that left a question there. Some of the questions I could not get to just because this video would be like over an hour long, but I'm getting to as many as I can. And if your question did not get answered this week, make sure you ask it again. And if you're not already a member of the Discord server, make sure you check out the link down below. It is a big community there. It is not just me, and there's a lot of people that like to ask questions, a lot of people that like to answer questions. So great community there. But let's get to your questions, because that's what we are here for on this lovely Monday morning. All right, boom. First question, guys. ValleyFlyin. I got a Sinister at 4 gold stars, 5 red stars. Is it worth buying the 6 red star upgrade? Worth it when he has less gold stars than red? Should I consider this for any character? No, I don't think you should consider it for any character that you don't have those gold stars for at a minimum. Now, if things change, he becomes farmable, then maybe you could add him. But as of right now, you don't have the gold stars and he's not farmable. So I would say no, it is not worth it. Make sure that I think it is best to have those gold stars ready if you're going to spend your currency to upgrade the red stars. But that is my opinion. I don't think it makes sense. You're getting no benefit right away from doing it. Next question, brother. Hey, ValleyFlyin, I'm not sure what team to work on next. Sinister 6 or a power armor team? So they do different things very well. So the main point of power armor, they're an excellent war offense team and they're good in blitz. Sinister 6 is a good war team. They're good on defense or offense, depending how you want to use them. And they're okay in blitz as well. But I think the main point that Sinister 6 has above that power armor team, they unlock 2 legendaries. You can unlock Shuri and you can unlock the Invisible Woman with that team. So I would say the Sinister 6, at least until you have those characters unlocked at 7-star, is going to have a little advantage over the power armor team. But yeah, they're just an okay team outside of that unlocked, brother. Next question. There's actually a bunch of questions. Do we know anything about the rumored 6th Wakandan character? And who would you like to see in that spot? I have not heard anything about a 6th Wakandan character. But as far as who I would like to see, I guess Nakia is the only one from the movie that's not really in the game yet. So I guess her. Recently pulled a Symbiote Spider-Man 7 red stars. Wonder if you're expecting a 3rd run of Symbiote Spider-Man milestone events. Yes. It was supposed to come back 3 times. Currently, we're in the 2nd iteration. So whenever this one ends, it should come back 1 more time. And then who knows how it's going to be farmable. Lastly, I feel Symbiote Spider-Man showed us they're planning on going the route of utilizing multiple Blitz characters, the same name as opposed to skins. Question. Do you think that if they implemented skins, they should change the abilities of character based on the skin? So I'm not sure if that's what Symbiote Spider-Man proved, because they did have a skin for Deadpool way back in the day with his white uniform, and then they never really did anything with it. So I'm not sure what they're going to do with skins if it's going to come to the game. But as far as changing the abilities, I think it would be dependent on the cost. If it's just something like gold or something you get anyway, I don't feel it would need to. But if it is something that we need to spend power cores on or something kind of like Future Fight, then I would like to see some abilities change, some value for the cores that I'm spending for that. Next question. What's up, my man? With Domino Rumor, do you think that she could affect RNG on our favor, or would that be overpowered? Like more chances for Deadpool to revive, lesser chance for Vision Spider-Man to evade. On the other side, better chance for yours. I think that would be very, very interesting. Her kit is based on luck, or her character is kind of based on luck. So I would be very happy if Foxnex went outside of the box with her kit, if she is in fact coming to the game, and added things like that with more luck for maybe a more chance to revive, more chance to or less chance for enemies to evade, something like that. But I would like to see something like that added to the kit, something outside of the box, not just a standard kit like we get with most of these characters. ValleyFlyin, random question. Did they stop using the Envoy program for releasing characters, kits, and animation? I miss watching those videos before tunes/teams came out. It's not satisfying reading it from the weekly blogs and data mines. So they have stopped. I'm not sure why. Maybe it has something to do with the quarantine, or maybe there's just they don't like the videos we're putting out anymore. I don't know. They gave us the information about the Red Star rework, but that is it. That is as far back as I remember. So I'm not sure what they're gonna do in the future. Maybe it's because Black Order is not fully developed yet, so they're not getting the full kits. I don't know. I don't know why. I haven't asked Cerebro what is going on with that. Next question. Valley, how are you doing? How are you doing, brother? I have a question for my arena team. Right now, I have Phoenix, Ultron, Colossus, Hela, and Groot. As a lot of people, I will be getting Black Bolt next round. So that should be today, brother. So we'll gear him up. Yo-Yo after geared. Which of these tunes should I take out? Groot is 7 red stars, but I don't know if I should take him out. PS, Black Bolt will be 4 red stars. I think your instincts are right with Groot. As far as arena, he brings that defense up and the death proof, and then he could clear some buffs. I think he's just too slow to make a huge difference in arena, so he would be the one I'm taking out. But of course, you can experiment, brother. I don't think that 7 red stars makes too much of a difference to be a huge factor, but maybe it is. So I would try it with both ways, see which way does better. But my instincts would say take him out for Black Bolt. Take Groot out for Black Bolt. Next question. Unlocking Black Bolt on Monday. Can we see how you set up your Inhumans team for war offense? So we are going to I'm going to show you my save squads in just a little bit for another question, but I don't think the placement of the Inhumans team matters too much. Yo-Yo's not a traditional protector that you need to keep your other tunes away from, and there's nobody on your team that has adjacent abilities or that you need characters adjacent to each other. So my Inhumans are pretty random in how I have them placed right now, brother. Next questions. Greetings from Cali. Greetings from Texas, brother. I built up a fairly strong Marauders foursome, but wanted to know your thoughts on who Foxnix will bring in as the 5th member. I keep hearing rumors of Gambit, but believe that to be more of a rumor than factual. Yes, so it is a rumor. I haven't heard anything about another Marauder coming to the game or anything like that. That doesn't mean that it's not the next Marauder coming to the game, but people were asking me about this. I would say Gambit a lot, but one person pointing out to me that if Gambit is a member of the Marauders, that 5th Marauders team, even if he has a dual tag with the X-Men, you're probably not going to want to move him from that Marauders team. So I'm changing what I want. I don't want Gambit to be the 5th Marauder. I think I'm not familiar with Ares, but I think for me, I would want someone like Omega Red. And I know in the comics, he's not truly a Marauders, but neither is Strife. So it does make sense. So Omega Red would be my pick as far as who I would want to be the 5th of that Marauder squad. Next question, ValleyFlyin. Just wanted to let you know, love your MSF content. Keep up the good work. Thank you, brother. Next, my question is, I've unlocked Proxima, Corvus, and Thanos, and I surely will get Cull, Obsidian. And unfortunately, there's no way I'll be able to get Ebony Maw for a long time. Even without him, the other 4 should make a pretty good team. Who do you suggest as the 5th member? So right now, I have those 3 that are unlocked in the game, along with Kingpin and Hand Sentry. I think Kingpin adds a little bit more to that team because he has those extra assists with villain characters, plus the offense up, the defense up. So Kingpin would be my pick for the 5th until you get Ebony Maw. But yeah, just realize that team is not going to be working as well without Ebony Maw, brother. Next question. Do you think you and Mobile Gamer could do another no-look Blitzes battle again? I enjoyed that video. I enjoyed making that, and I enjoyed watching it the first time when Casino and Mobile Gamer did that video. Didn't get it as a lot of views, so I'm not sure if we're gonna do that again, but definitely had fun doing that, and maybe do something similar when real-time PvP comes to the game. We will have to see though, brother. Next question. Can you please ask Foxnex if the much higher drop rate in the Red Star orbs, 15% for Corvus at the moment for new characters due to the inability to promote via promotion credits, is a permanent rate? So I actually did ask Cerebro this, and he said that the dev team is currently happy with the 15% drop rate for newer characters, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be locked in, and it doesn't mean that it won't be subject to change later. So they like it. I think it's going to be something for the next foreseeable future, but that could change at any minute. So that's currently where they stand as far as that drop rate, brother. Next question. Valley was planning to take on Phoenix to 6 red. Now I'm only 15 silvers away from it. Issue is some guys are saying she'll be too overpowered, not die fast enough, so it's not worth it. Curious if you think she'll still be worth it to use the gold tokens. Maybe I should do Black Bolt and Hela once I have them at 6 gold. So I think the issue with taking her up to 6 reds, especially with the promotion credits, is not that she's going to be too overpowered, not die fast enough, because yeah, my Phoenix has been way stronger than my X-Men team for a while now. Now recently I did get Colossus up a little higher, but yeah, she would always die early, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. The issue with that is going to be her viability in raids. She doesn't have a lot of viability in raids, and she looks like once Ebony Maw comes around, she's going to lose a lot of her viability in arena. So that would be the issue, but definitely an option right now. Definitely not the worst character. Very good, and even when Ebony Maw comes out, I don't suspect that a lot of players will have Ebony Maw on that first iteration. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that you can build her up to 6 red stars, but there are some of the issues like I mentioned earlier. Greetings from Brazil, brother. I am a huge fan of you. Thank you. Keep doing the excellent work. Let's go to the question. I can upgrade 2 tunes to 6 red stars. My focus is Ultima 7, Arena, and soon Dark Dimension 3. Between Thanos, Black Bolt, and Phoenix, which do you recommend to 6 red star, 2 of the 3? I'll be able to unlock Ebony Maw also. Thank you, and keep smashing it. So you said your focus is Ultima 7. So with that said, I think the only character worthy of the raids in this selection is Black Bolt. So it's going to come down to Thanos and Phoenix for the last character. Now, I talked about some of the issues with Phoenix. Her probably falling out of arena meta once Ebony Maw comes to the game. Not really a raid character, so that would be her other issue. That would be the knock against her. Thanos, the knock against him is right now it's not really worth building up to that 6 red star until at least Ebony Maw comes to the game. So I think you're going to get more bang for your buck right now from Phoenix, but you're going to get more bang for your buck later on from Thanos. So that would be the deciding factor. You want more power right now in your arena, or you want more power later on with Thanos in that full Black Order team. Neither of them, I think, are going to be very good for the raids, though. So it's going to be primarily between Arena and that Dark Dimension 3. Next question. What is up from the Philippines? What is up from Texas, brother? I have a hard time deciding which character to use. I'm going to use my promotion credits. I have a 4 red star Phoenix. I want to promote to 5 red stars once I've collected those credits. I also have a 4 red star Black Bolt. That's I'll be getting for the first time. I'm going to upgrade, promote some 6 red stars. Who do you recommend? So we talked about some of the issues with Phoenix and Black Bolt previously, but right now, I think I'm going to lean towards Black Bolt. I think he's going to get a little more long-term usage in some of the other game modes, especially Ultima 7, whereas Phoenix, I expect her to be slowly falling off, at least in Arena, once Ebony Maw comes to the game. So neither of them you could go wrong with. I think both of them will be good choices. But I think right now, for me, Black Bolt has that slight advantage, brother. Next question. Hi, from Manchester, England. I listen to you on my drive to work and love your content. Well, thank you, brother. I've gotten 50 promotion credits and have enough to choose to promote a few different characters to 4 red star. Is it generally better to give more characters up to 4 red stars or to save the 150 promotion credits for a 5-star promotion? So that is kind of going to be determined on what you value in the game. If you value multiple teams, like someone that really wants to play hard in Blitz, then it's better to get more characters up. If you really value like arena mode or those raids, then it's probably better to have a very strong character than some good characters and multiple versions of them. So I would say it depends on your priorities. For me, it's a little more in arena and Ultima 7. So for me, getting that character up to those higher red stars would be worth it for me. But everybody's different and everybody has different goals in the game. So it's going to be determined what you should do by what your goals are. Next question, brother. Greetings from Hiroshima. What is up from Texas? Hope you and your family are in best of health. Same to you, brother. I've been late asking this question, but I'm curious. What determines the direction of melee chain attacks, the left to the right or the right to the left from the starting point? Is it totally random or is it the rule that I missed? Thanks for answering. Love your content. Keep it rolling. All right, so I think it is pretty totally random. So if you hit that target in the center, half the time it'll go to the right, half the time it'll go to the left. So with chain attacks, Normally I would start on one end or the other, and that allows me to choose the direction, because if you're starting on one end, it could only go that opposite direction. So generally with chain attacks, I usually start on the end, because yeah, starting in the middle or starting especially in that second or fourth spot, not the best way to go. So yeah, it's random, brother, as far as I know. Next question. What's up? Love the content. Love the great work. Thank you, brother. So I just pulled my first 7 red star character, Carnage, but I don't have Symbiote Spider-Man. Do you know a different team that I can make use of him on? So I used to use Carnage and Venom on that Brotherhood team, and this was before Blob and Toad came out, but they work very well. So Venom, Carnage, Magneto, Pyro, and Juggernaut. Awesome team, and can pretty much wipe out any team that doesn't have someone that cleanses these debuffs of the team. They are very solid against any team, except for like a one with a Jessica Jones or Groot or Ronan or something like that. Next question. What is up, brother? From Saskatchewan. Was able to get 7 red star Carnage after the rework. Congratulations on that. A lot of 7-star Carnages going around. 2 questions. Would you take all 3 symbiotes into Dark Dimension 3 or leave out someone like Venom because of the need for alien spores? My symbiote Spider-Man is close, but I've got all my bio gear to Black Bolt right now to take to gear 12 when I unlock him. So I think all of those are worthy in Dark Dimension 3. The 3 Spider Bros, I think, are very good characters, but I wouldn't level them all up at once. I would do this in this order. Symbiote Spider-Man first, because he is Symbiote Spider-Man, very good character. Then I would go Carnage, because you got that 7 red star on him, and his passive is very good as well. So, and then last but not least, I would do Venom. So I would do those in that order. If you have enough alien sports to do all of them, then do all of them. But if you don't, then I would focus Symbiote Spider-Man first, Carnage second, and then Venom. Next question. With the current Red Star calendar, Wakanda event coming up, it might be a good idea for top 5 to 10 who to rank up to 4 to 5 beyond the point of the obvious. Phoenix, Captain Marvel, and Black Bolt. Personally, I'm curious about Cyclops or Colossus, since my Phoenix and Psylocke are 6 red stars. So in that case, I think I would take Colossus up, just because he's the protector of the team. And Cyclops is one of those interchangeable characters that you could take out or put in based on what you're trying to do and what your opponent is. So, but yeah, I think it would be a good idea for a video, something that potentially could be coming up, but a lot of it is going to be based on your individual roster and where you are with your other red stars and what teams you are working on. So there's going to be some variance on that. Next question. Why does Casino hate Squirrel Girl so much? Was he molested by a squirrel? Does he hate furries that much? I don't know. Casino, why do you hate Squirrel Girl so much? I don't know. I guess we'll talk about it in a news video, but I don't know. That is a Casino question, not a ValleyFlyin question. Hello from Kansas. So I had no idea they changed the Red Star conversion on Tuesday. Thought it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday. They did change it. So I missed my opportunity to cash my credits in. What should I do? Unfortunately, I think you might be out of luck, but I wouldn't expect too much of it, but you could always write into customer service, see if they could do anything about it. But yeah, I wouldn't expect too much from them. You might just be out of luck on this one, brother. Next question. What's up, Valley, my brother? Starting Dark Dimension 2 Monday night as soon as I get Black Bolt. Taking Minerva, Star-Lord, Yo-Yo, Black Bolt, Sinister. Who should I take as a 6th? I don't think you need a 6th, brother. Yeah, I mean, the 6th, not for Dark Dimension 2. You already got a solid team for there. You got Star-Lord, Minerva, and they're surrounded by some very strong tunes. But as far as the 6th, I think I would just wait on that. I would wait until you're done with Dark Dimension 2. If you have all these extra orange pieces, uniques, you could take whoever's gonna benefit you for Dark Dimension 3 the most. So I would wait on it, but I wouldn't rush too much in taking those characters up right now. It's not super important. You only need 5 for Dark Dimension 2. Hi, Valley. I can upgrade 1 character from 4 red to 6 red. I now wish I'd upgrade a damage dealer. I'm torn between Rocket and Captain Marvel. My main team is BKT. Captain Marvel is on my hero brawlers. Which character should I upgrade, or do you suggest another? So this is gonna come down to usage a lot, and because you said your primary team is BKT, I would assume that you're probably more in the mid game where you're gonna see a lot more value from that BKT, which means you're gonna see a lot more value from Rocket. So with that said, I think right now, just immediately, you're gonna see that value with Rocket, but just realize that once you get to end game and you start seeing these other teams like the Inhumans and more X-Men and more Asgardians, that BKT is going to fall off. So that value is going to go down a lot. Captain Marvel is going to give you value even in the end game, but it doesn't seem like you're using her right now too much because she's relegated to your hero brawlers. So probably wouldn't go with Captain Marvel in that case, but Rocket, decent stuff, decent character, and you're going to get a lot of value immediately. So you could either go Rocket or you could save him for a character that you might have coming up, like a Black Bolt or a Phoenix or maybe a Hela or someone. But I think out of those two, I think Rocket's going to give you a little more value based on where I'm assuming that you are in the game right now. Next question. Hey, Valley, enjoy your videos. Please keep up the good work. Long-time watcher, first-time question asker. I'm working on my aim primarily for Villains campaign, but hoping you could walk me through the ideal team comps for each mode. My aim members are all 4 or 5 gold, 3 to 4 red, so there isn't a particular tune that I feel that I need to focus on. So the ideal aim team, in my opinion, is going to be Scientist Supreme, Graviton, Aim Security, and then I like Monstrosity and Assaulter. So I'm leaving out Infector and I'm leaving out Researcher. That is my ideal aim team right there, brother. And that's who I beat that villain node with. And yeah, hopefully that works for you. Valley, your thoughts on Yo-Yo joining Minerva as a premium exclusive? Glad they removed Thanos and Black Widow and the 2% increase in chance, but it's still a chance. And with Yo-Yo needed for Ebony Maw, I'm kind of annoyed. So you wrote this question earlier before it was announced Crystal's coming to the arena store. So I don't know if Yo-Yo is necessarily needed for that Ebony Maw unlock. But as far as I don't like premium exclusive characters. I like being able to farm. I know they have to do it, and Yo-Yo is a pretty strong character. So I think most people are expecting either Yo-Yo or Sinister would be added to the orbs. They went with Yo-Yo for that one. So yeah, I think it's good news for Sinister that she's not good, that he probably won't be a premium unlock. But yeah, it sucks. It's not a farmable method in my opinion. Next question. Why do you think Foxnex / Scopely are quick to remedy the so-called bug in the ability chance when there are more pressing matters at hand? Also think it's petty of them. I mean, the block party is a little less frequent on the new schedule. Honestly, I don't know if it was bugged. I figured I would be able to do those challenges because of power jumper from Red Stars. So mixed feelings on this because I've said this before. In a vacuum, I think they definitely should fix this and fix this right away, or maybe not right away just because of the speed that they fix some of the other things that are still broken in the game, in my opinion. But it is what it is. I think a good solution that some people are working on because some people want, because people are upset that they rolled this back and not rolled back the other bug. Just roll back both of those bugs for those challenges. I think that's the fair solution. The other bug being the Greg Captain Marvel interaction. So I think that would be the solution for both of those. But yeah, I would rather see them do other things like adding more save squads, adding new characters to the Red Star Orb store, things like that, rather than fixing these things like that. I personally don't think it's that game breaking. A couple extra T4s, I don't think matters too much. Next question. ValleyFlyin, do you think it's time OG Spider-Man got a rework because he doesn't seem to add too much to the Spider-Verse team? I do agree that he doesn't add that much to that Spider-Verse team. Symbiote Spider-Man could pretty much do everything that normal Spider-Man can do, but better. I don't know if it's time for a rework though. I think it would be time for a rework around when they would add more spider characters or symbiote characters. Not sure when that's going to be, but when they do that, I think he probably should get a rework just so he fits onto a team and has a very solid, distinct place on a team. Next question. Greetings from Texas. Well, greetings from Michigan, brother. Love your positive energy, and there's another content creator that possesses that same demeanor. What are the chances of getting a team-up video with Shanksy? Well, I've done a few team-up videos with Shanksy on my other channel. Not about Marvel Strike Force, but about UFC stuff. So if you want to check that out, we did a few before this whole quarantine thing started. So you can check that out. That is on my other channel, ValleyFlyin 76, brother. Next question. Hello, ValleyFlyin, all from the sweet peach state of Georgia. Just had a quick question. Been playing between 3 games. Was wondering something. Going between MSF and Raid, which one do you like more for champions? A game where you get only one of each champion, Marvel Strike Force, or a game where you get multiple of the same champions to put on a team? So I like the MSF version better. I like one character. I don't like unlocking multiple characters. They're not wasteful in raids because you can sacrifice them to build up their characters. But I prefer the system that Marvel Strike Force has. Next question. This is based on gear. Do you like it better where they have a set path for your gear? Everyone can only set up a way like MSF, or do you like to base your stats on finding one gear that could tweak those into multiple different ways the raid has it? Or middle ground like Dragon Champions where to get the gear and you could tweak some of those. So I think that is what people are fearful of with ISO 8s. That's kind of what's going to happen when they add that ISO 8 into the game. It was supposed to be added a while ago. I think they pulled it back and are going to add it sometime. I think from the blog post that they talked about in January or February, maybe, they wanted to fix some of the other things that weren't as friendly in the game right now, like the red star system, things like that. So I think we eventually will get that gear, but it's going to come in the form of ISO 8. And hopefully it's not very game breaking when it comes to the play. And hopefully it's something player friendly, because I know the iteration that was released on the test server, there was some issues with that, a lot of negative feedback for that. So hopefully when they do add something like that, it is something that is friendly and is good for the players and not a cause of stress. Hey Valley, thanks for answering my question last week. As a mid-game player with 4 teams 200k plus, as Guardians, BKT, Defenders, and Power Armor, and the rest in the range of 50k to 150k, should my priority be bringing up most of my teams to 200k plus or continue strengthening my top teams? So it's going to come down to where do you prioritize your fun in this game. For me, what I do is arena first. All my arena characters, I build them up first, raid characters second, and then after that, I'll focus on some of these other teams, getting them into a usable range for war and for blitz. I think that's more of a luxury, and requirements are more arena and raids. But everybody plays this game different and has different likes of this game. So if you are more of a blitz or war player, then you want multiple teams. If you are more of a player like myself that focuses on arena and the raids, then get your main teams up first, and then you could work on some of these more as like luxury teams. Hey Valley, how do you feel about building certain meta characters to their full potential while leaving the rest of the team power levels at lower power levels? I'm looking to build a Shuri, Invisible Woman, and Black Bolt to improve my arena team and get to Ultimate 7. My concern is with the resources and time to power the whole team up. It'd really be only viable in Blitz and maybe War. So I ran into the same situation. Like I talked about, I prioritize more War and Raids than some of these other game modes. And once I get those characters up for those game modes and I could do good in arena, do good in the raids, then I'll start working on the rest of their teams. I think working on the rest of the teams is more of a luxury. But even while I was building up my Shuri, my Invisible Woman, they're way stronger than the rest of the team. They still were able to win in Blitz and they still were able to win in War. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, but build the characters that are important to you. And especially if you're focused on arena and raids, then yes, you're gonna have some mismatches in your main save squads teams, but don't worry about it, because for me, I know they've won, and eventually you could go back and finish up those teams. Greetings, Valley, from Wales in the UK. Hope you and your family are staying well. Same to you, brother. Do you think it's still worth putting more resources into Ultron since he was left behind following the Red Star rework? I think he is. He was left behind. He's not as strong as he was before that rework, just because all the other characters got stronger, but he is still a very, very valuable member of my roster. I use him in Ultimate 7 all the time. He's still a part of my arena team once in a while. It's not a lock for that spot anymore, but if I had to do it again and invest in Ultron again, I still would probably invest in him and all his T4s and everything. So I like him, but you are right that he is weaker than he was before that rework. ValleyFlyin, I know many MSF content creators, I think you did, stop playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Yes, I did. I played that a while back. That said, what conditions would it take for you to quit MSF? Just curious. So fun. If I'm not having fun in the game, then I'm going to talk about something else on this channel. So if I'm having fun with this game, well, if you know I'm covering MSF, you know I'm still having fun with the game. Even though sometimes Foxnix makes some decisions that I'm not happy with and I complain, this is still my favorite game, guys. And I'm still covering it because I'm still having fun with it. Hey, ValleyFlyin, looking forward to the next event for Phoenix. I have her at 6 stars. And I would like to be able to promote her to 7 stars. Already you have Ronin, Mordo at 7 stars. I'm close to Loki and Nobu. My question is, I'm torn between Hand Assassin and Hela. I feel like I need to get Hand Assassin to 7 to be ready for the next Phoenix event. Or should I focus on Hela and take a chance at missing Phoenix to 7 stars this time around. So my ultimate answer is going to be, why don't you just focus on both? Focus on both of them, because Hand Assassin, not a very good character. After you get that unlock with Phoenix, you're probably not going to use her, but you don't want to miss that Phoenix if she does come around. So I would keep farming Hand Assassin just for Phoenix. Hela is going to give you a lot more long-term value, and that would be the character that I would go with if you had limited resources. But I would say, why not just farm both? Get the better character in Hela, and then get that unlocked quicker with Hand Assassin. Next question. Does bleed death damage count towards your damage in the raid leaderboard with your alliance? Haven't paid attention to it too much. I always assumed that it did. But if it does not, let me know down below in the comments, guys. I'm pretty sure it does, though. Next question. Love your videos, especially that you contribute to the ones answering these questions. Thank you, brother. How do you feel about RNG creep that is happening? Red Star rework is just the latest example. The event campaign orbs are bad. Yeah, so it is happening, and I think Foxnix is doing it slowly and seeing how much they could push that boundary, how much people are going to keep spending. And I think they keep pushing the boundaries with these offers, with adding RNG to the game, because people keep spending money on the game, and that shows Foxnix that they're satisfied with this stuff. So it's going to come down to money and the revenue. If they see something is making the revenue dip, they're probably going to change it. But in the case of RNG, it sucks because I don't like RNG based progression, but I think they are seeing their analytics and seeing that they're still making money with it. So I think they're going to keep pushing the boundaries, unfortunately. Hopefully there's some kind of pushback. Hopefully they're going to take it too far and there's going to be a bunch of pushback with it. But that's why they're doing it. They're testing out and seeing what the consumers want. And when people spend, it shows them that's what people want. Next question. With Taskmaster being rumored to come to the game in next patch, what do you think the possibility of a Merc rework happening at the same time? I think it is very good chance of that happening. That's not something I've heard about as far as rumors. Obviously, we have not heard anything officially about Taskmaster coming to the game or any reworks, but I think it would be safe to assume that if he does come to the game, possibly putting him in that Merc faction, which means that they all could get a rework. We'll see what happens though, because all this Taskmaster stuff, all rumors at this point, guys. Next question. Hello again. Do you think Ebony Maw Legendary will be the standard 5-star or 6-star like Phoenix? They said mid-March when they talked about Phoenix, or they talked about Ebony Maw in that blog post. Ebony Maw is a 5-star unlock. You need Black Bolt and 4 other Inhumans. So the rest of the 4 are farmable now. Miss Marvel, Quake, Karnak, and coming soon Crystal. So should be hopefully unlockable for a lot of players. Next question. I have a couple shield questions. What's the difference between the shield team used in Blitz and in War Defense? So I'm going to go into my save squads in just a little bit, but there are some differences between those teams. What shield team do you use from Heroes 7.4 to 7.6? So that's just my normal main shield team. That's Fury, Medic, Assaulter, Operative, and then Shield Security. That's what I use. But I'm going to show you my team in just a little bit because there's a couple more questions that I do need to go with my save squads for. My Alliance finally unlock wards. Do you have any tips on how we should allocate our defenses to set up our rooms? So there is a video that I did about the top war offenses, and the next question is about showing war defense teams. So for this, I'll go into the game and I'll show you my save squads and talk about some things, and I'm talking about my shield team and everything as well. All right, so here we are in the game, and I'll just go through these save squads real quick, tell you what I'm doing. X-Men offense team. Guardians, I don't run them in war. They're an offense team, but I use the BKT. I don't use the Guardians. So Mantis and Drax are out of this team on war offense. This is a war offense team as well. I use the Aimtron version, so Monstrosity is out and Ultron is in. Fantastic Four is a war offense team. Marauders are a war defense team. So this is, I take Ultron out, put him on that aim team, and I put either Kingpin or Merc Riot Guard in this team just to give them a little more survivability. As Guardians, one of the best war defense teams out there. And Shield. So this version is what I use for Blitz, but for War, I put Medic and I put Coulson on this team, and Operative and Trooper are out of this team. Inhumans, they're a great offense team. Wakandans, I use this team on defense. Power Armor, I use this team on offense. Brotherhood, I use it on offense. Defenders are on defense right now. This team is broken up on War. Thanos is going to that BKT, not using Proxima and Corvus right yet. And then Kingpin is on that Marauders team right now. This team is also broken up. Captain Marvel is on an Avengers team right now. Minerva is on that BKT and not really using Korath, Ultimus, or Cyborg right now. This team is very different. Captain Marvel comes into this squad along with, I think, Hawkeye, and these two characters go up to the Shield defense team. Symbiotes are a great offense team. This is my hero brawlers right now, great on offense. Supernatural, great on offense. Sinister Six, I use them on defense, and my other defensive team is this guy's right here, the Hydra, the scary Hydra team, guys. Hey, ValleyFlyin, we've had so many new characters in the game, which means that more energy is needed to farm their shards. Why hasn't the energy cap increased? I think it's because they want you to spend more power cores to refresh that. Hey, ValleyFlyin's greeting from India. Thanks for answering my last question. After the Red Star rework, characters not farmable are supposed to be available in the Red Star orbs. But I saw Yo-Yo in the Red Star store today for promotion credits. Is this a bug or I missed something in the update? So I'm not sure if this was mentioned in the update. So I'm not sure if you missed it, but I know Cerebro did say, and I'm not sure if he said this on Reddit or someplace else, but he did say that this is only going to apply to new characters after the update. So this will apply to characters Corvus, Glaive, and on. Everybody that was in there before, such as Yo-Yo, Sausage, Proxima, should still be available in the store. So Corvus and On should not be available in the store, unless what I'm hoping is they switch it so that you can get these characters up to 4 red stars, at least these new characters, until they become farmable. Next question. Hey, ValleyFlyin, my first question post just hit 3 million total collection power this week. Very excited. However, my arena shard is very difficult finding I needed a new team. Currently, I'm using BKT with Ultron instead of Thanos. Getting Phoenix this time around. I have a 50-50 shot of getting Black Bolt this time, depending on my luck. The only characters that I don't have are Invisible Woman, Phoenix, Black Bolt, Blob, Yo-Yo, Ultimus, and of course, the elusive Ironheart. Nobody has Ironheart. But as far as your arena team, BKT, I never used them in arena. I never thought they were a strong arena team. But before Phoenix, before Black Bolt and all those characters, Magneto, Juggernaut, and Vision was a very strong combo. Ultron was in that team as well. And then the fifth, it's going to be dependent on your roster, who you have the power on, who you have luck with your red stars on. So I would use those 4 and then pick your 5th for that team. But that team works very well before some of these other meta characters like Phoenix and Black Bolt come into play. And then at least until the Black Order gets here, that team should do you pretty well if you're not running into those other characters like I talked about, the Phoenixes and the Yo-Yos and the Black Bolts. Next question. Got 2 questions, actually. Can you guess when Invisible Woman and Shuri will come around? Invisible Woman, not sure. I know they just did that a little over a month ago, so I'm not going to be probably expecting that for a few months. But Shuri should come back in May. Said in the blog post that she's going to be coming around before the first and the second, between the first and second iteration of that Chaos Theory event. Should be happening the first week of May and the first week of June. So her event should be coming sometime in that. How come non-legendary characters event don't come back around? I think that's just because they want to reduce the shards and make them more rare, so you have to purchase things. That's honestly what I'm thinking why they don't come back around. Shout out from Southern Oregon. Shout out from Texas, brother. I was wondering if the daily ability challenges that allow AI tunes to have war-only abilities. I think there is a bug, judging by this question, brother. Tier 12 Hella challenges respawning Greg for every Asgardian killed, not just replacing the Greg. According to your kit, this should only happen in war. Another bug. So this is one that I've not seen. But yes, if this is happening, that is a bug. And I'm not sure how widespread it is because this is the first I'm hearing of it. I do know that when Hela dies and Greg is on the field and Minerva brings back Hela, she'll bring back Hela, and then Hela will summon another Greg. So it'll be 2 Gregs on the field. So I don't know if that's what you're experiencing. I know I've experienced that in some of the challenges, but yeah, if she's replacing Asgardians, that is a bug because that's only supposed to happen in war defense. What is up from Chile? What is up from Texas, brother? Here's an instant question for you. Had a battle in war against Red Skulls with my Supernatural team. I'm curious, I could flip defense up from Red Skull into defense down with Doctor Strange. That is very interesting. Red Skull has insane resistance defense down. So the real question, does buff flips work the same as applying a debuff? So I thought they did. I thought it had to go to that focus and resistance check. But if you're flipping the defense downs, then yeah, into defense ups into defense downs. I guess it doesn't really go through that same focus resistance check. Let me know what your experience is with this, guys. I haven't seen this firsthand, and I thought it went through a normal resistance check. But this is interesting. This could be a good counter to that Hydra team if Doctor Strange can do that consistently. Next question. What's good, my brother? My question for you is, do you think it's time they added more milestones to the raid rewards? Alliance finishing with a week plus left in raid season, and with the game progressing, adding more reward sees shouldn't affect. I don't see a huge problem with this. I mean, if they fix this, I'm cool with it. But this is not really something that I'm pushing for. I think there's a lot other things that are bigger in the game that need to be pushed. Because even after you get those milestones, I think that they're just free stuff that you could get. You still need to push for your score so you place properly in those end of raid season ranking rewards. So it's like Blitz. It's like Blitz, guys. You get milestones pretty easily, but you keep pushing after that so you go place higher and get higher rewards. So that's kind of what I think is happening with the raid season, brothers. Good vibes here from California. A lot of good vibes from California. Hope your family is well during these tough times. Same with you. What do you think about a 7 red star rocket raccoon going into FD3? I don't think you mean flight deck 3. I think there's a typo for Dark Dimension 3. A lot of damage, still pretty squishy. And what's the top blitz rank if you've gotten? As far as blitz rank, I don't think I've gotten into the top 100 ever. I know I've gotten close a few times, but so it's probably 100, somewhere between 101 and 110 is my highest blitz rank. Rocket Raccoon into Dark Dimension 3 though, and I'm assuming you mean Dark Dimension 3. It should be okay. I think the bigger damage dealers are going to be characters like Phoenix or Dark Phoenix with her special that does percentage-based damage. Minerva does percentage-based damage with her ultimate, so I think those are going to be more valuable damaging characters. But if you have a second 7 red star Rocket Raccoon, I don't see the harm in taking him to Dark Dimension 3 except for that orange gear. So if you have enough orange gear to do him and some other characters, then I don't see an issue with it. If it's between him and another character, I guess it would be dependent on who that other character is. So it'd be roster dependent on this question. Hey, brother, so I think I've won the game. I pulled my first 7 red star Ravager Stitcher. Oh yeah, baby. I think you did just won the game. Be jealous. I am very jealous, my brother. Any T4s you would recommend so I could dominate Arena? All of them, man. You just won the game, man. People are going to be scared of your Ravager Stitcher with that 7 red stars and all those T4s. Woo! Congratulations, brother. You won. You won it. I will unlock Black Bolt tomorrow. I have 4 red stars. I've saved supplies to get into Gear 13, level 71, 6665. Also put a 7 red star Falcon, working on my Ultima 7 team. Should I go back to the old Tech Wing or continue with Black Bolt and Yo-Yo? So my initial thoughts are Black Bolt and Yo-Yo are going to be better. However, I don't have a 7 red star Falcon. So I think the ultimate answer would be experiment. See which one does better. I think the Black Bolt Yo-Yo is going to do better, but maybe that 7-star Falcon on his ultimate does so much damage that it makes it worth it to bring him in. So check it out. I would try both in Ultima 7. It's something you guys are probably doing every single day. So try one day with the old Tech Wing and one day with the new Black Bolt and Yo-Yo combo. See which one you like better. Hey, brother, I have a 6 red star Hydra guard and the rest of my Hydra sucks. Will it make sense in war only to put him with Red Skull so that they need to keep killing him, can't kill the other easier to kill Hydra minions? Team will be Red Skull, Hydra guard, Winter Soldier, Crossbones, and Kingpin. So first, I gotta say, I like what you did with this theory crafting here, but I don't think it's gonna work out how you think it is. First off, Kingpin doesn't have that Hydra tag, which means that Red Skull still is gonna take some of that damage coming into him. It's 25% for each Hydra ally, and he only has 3 Hydra allies, so he's still 75% damage reduction. It's not 100% without the rest of the Hydra minions. Plus, you kill Winter Soldier, you kill Crossbones, he's only getting 25% damage reduction from that Hydra guard, which means he's still going to be able to take damage, which means you can focus down that Red Skull, kill him. He's not going to be able to bring that back, that Hydra guard. So I like it. I like it. It's cool, but I just don't think it's going to be as effective or as scary as putting all your Hydra minions in there, even though they're not as strong as the other ones. ValleyFlyin's greetings from the beautiful Lake District in England. Ooh, that sounds nice, brother. I'm getting both Ultron and Black Bolt this week. I have enough to take them to T13 right away. I have enough orange masks to do 2 T4s. Which do you think I should do? Black Bolt is 4 red stars. Hope that helps. So These are characters, even in Ultron's weekend state, I think it's still worth putting the T4s or all the T4s into build these characters. So I think it's worth it to focus on one, then the other. So if you go with Black Bolt first, I think his passive is necessary. And then you could decide between his ultimate and his basic. I guess the basic is more valuable if you're pairing him with Yo-Yo, but that ultimate, really crazy extra damage on an AoE attack. So those are the T4s I would focus on with Black Bolt. And for Ultron, special is his most important. And then you could decide between his ultimate and his passive. Both of those are good. Some people like his ultimate better. I like his passive a little better, but they're both very good. So focus on those. That's what you should focus on if you have limited supply of T4s. But eventually you should be able to do all of those T4s, both those characters. What's up, ValleyFlyin? In Casino's last stream, he said that Yo-Yo at 2 stars could still be viable in Ultimate 7 because apparently all enemies have a stat resistance of 600 only. And then I checked it and confirmed it. That is very interesting. 600 is very low. Can you explain how focus and resistance actually worked? Can't find any info in a formula or anything. So I don't have the formula either. I don't go into the data files and know what the exact formula is. So I'm not sure if it's a 1-to-1 ratio as far as focus and resistance, but focus actually increases your ability to apply debuffs to the enemy team. And resistance is obviously how much you could resist it. So if your focus is higher than the enemy's resistance, you should be able to apply those debuffs to the enemies, which would make sense for Yo-Yo at 2 stars still being viable, if in fact it is how it's supposed to be and not a bug that's going to be corrected. So she could still be viable if they're only getting 600 resistance, because you could definitely get her focus above that. But again, I'm not sure of the exact formula, if there's some kind of percentages that are tied to those exact numbers. Next question. Greetings from Canada. Currently running Minerva, Falcon, Ultron, Shuri, Scientist Supreme, and Ultimate 7. I'll be getting Black Bolt, but my Yo-Yo is only 2 stars. So related to the last question, should I still get them both on my Ultimate 7 team? So if it is accurate that the enemies in Ultimate 7 only have 600 resistance, that means that she could still apply that offense down to the enemies, and her basic is pretty much assisting from Black Bolt. So if she can get those offense downs on, she still will have value. So yeah, I would go with that team, or just go Black Bolt. And who should I replace? So when I'm replacing Yo-Yo, Invisible Woman is my direct 1-to-1 replacement. So if she dies, Invisible Woman comes into my squad. So if you don't want to use Yo-Yo, or you're afraid that she won't get the offense down to stick, Invisible Woman's probably the way to go on that team, brother. Hey Valley, so my Ultra Hand team, Ultron, Sentry, Nobu, Elektra, and Crossbones, is consistently getting me 1 victory on war defense. Any suggestions on how to improve this team? So this could actually be a pretty tricky team if you face this on war. Ultron, very strong on defense just on his own. You just need to protect him, and Sentry does a good job of that with the stealths, with the evades. So that can be a tricky combo on its own. Add Nobu into that with his passive of reviving characters. So he could revive Ultron, he could revive one of the bots. That could be a tricky combo. Little bit of weakness would be an Elektra and Crossbones. So if you have some other characters that could either keep Ultron alive longer or will heal them, I think that'll be a better combo than Elektra and Crossbones. But scary team. I could see how this is getting you 1 victory. It's very easy to underestimate this team when you see the rest of the characters surrounding it. But yeah, I would look to replace Elektra Crossbones if you want to make it even stronger. What's up, brother? I have kind of a 2-parter here. I'll be unlocking Black Bolt today, which is awesome. But my problem is Yo-Yo. 4 stars, 3 reds. Is it worth taking her gear 14 with those stats? Potentially, especially if it's true about that rumor about the Ultimate 7 characters only having 600 resistance. That is extremely low, which means you should be able to get her offense down to stick like nothing. T14 is probably going to apply more to Dark Dimension 3 though, so I'm not sure if at that star level she's going to be strong enough, have enough focus to get her offense down to stick with those characters, but definitely might be worth it for Ultimate 7. Second part is rumored X-Force patch coming. Do you think Deadpool Cable get a rework to their kits to have better synergy with Domino, X-23, and Negasonic warheads? So first off, it's just a rumor. Rumors change, and even official announcements sometimes change. So we'll see what happens with these characters. But if they do get announced and are coming to the game, I think it makes sense to give Deadpool and Cable more synergy with this team. You want this team to run properly. They're going to need more synergy. So I think it makes sense. They've reworked certain characters that are fitting on a team when they bring the rest of the team into play. So I think the likelihood is very high. And as far as Colossus and Storm getting X-Force tags as well, it's possible. I don't know if they want these other characters taken off that X-Men team and used into this spot, because then it'll be you won't have to buy these other characters if they come to the game. Domino, X-23, and Negasonic Warhead. If you can replace them with characters already in the game, then I don't know how much the sales will be. So I think it would be I think the chances of that are low. But yeah, I am in favor of dual tags. I like, there's a lot of characters that I want to have dual tags that don't have it. So that is it for the mailbag this week, guys. I want to thank each and every one of you that submitted questions, whether they got answered on this video or not. I want to thank all you guys that submitted questions, and hopefully next week your question will get featured. If you do want to potentially get your question featured, make sure you do join the Discord. The link is down below, and I look for that mailbag channel when I'm looking for questions. Just easier for me to organize everything in one place rather than searching out videos and things like that. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe, smash on that like button, join the notification squad, leave a comment, and yeah, ring the bell, guys, so you can get notified every time a new video is coming out. Should be a fun weekly news update this week, guys. We got some surprises planned, and it is one that you're not gonna want to miss. It might be out a little later this week than normal, but yeah, it's gonna be a good one, guys. So check that out. And yeah, thank you for watching this, guys. If you want to support the channel even more than just by watching this video and some of the ads, there are some links down below. A lot of them are free. There's about some games I play, some other affiliate links. It's not going to cost you any extra money, but yes, there's some affiliate links for Amazon, things like that down below. And I will see you guys next time. Make sure you check me out on social media and give me a Hulk fist bump before you go. ValleyFlyin out.